Roosevelt. The children like the fish that swim by the pool here, in the pool. They don't have anything like that at their homes. The angelfish and... Hi! Whoa! These are some of the games that the kids play. These are the kids. I like these kids.
Hello.
Ready?
Hi, Judge. Hi, Judge.
It's just that there's been a void of stories. People that fund these programs fund them for like short term. And that's not the answer because you have a whole generation of kids, they're going to grow up without that experience. I really believe that that's why you get a lot of kids that start doing, the airplane. The purpose, the potential of the project, then everything,
And all the children sign in to the registry so they will be knowledgeable of the program. Pretty bird, pretty bird, pretty bird. Not only do we have goldfish here at Holland, but we have parakeets. There he is. Hello. Hello. There's also a wide arrangement of doves and chickens that we have here. The chicken coop. Kim Moody and the director of Alwyn, and then Laura Kocecki from the Arizona Public Gazette. She's here doing a documentary on the children and the programs that have been developed for the Garfield district for the children. A lot of volunteers are needed for making a more perspective cross for our large mural. The ages of the children here range from basically kindergarten right up to a junior high school. They're all part of the program. There's games and activities for all to participate in. And like before, the major project now is to put a mural together as a Garfield group project. Togetherness. One of the artists that we have helping to direct our program. One of the Garfield residents.
You lost your place.
The girl on the left there is Angel. They learn to share. Grocery Roosevelt. And the scene of an accident a couple of weeks ago where someone was killed in their front yard.
We're looking at our house.
Uh-huh.
Duh.
Owen House.
I'm afraid she's going to look.
No, that's
at the same street corner last month when a van drove through an intersection, hitting her and other members of her family. The 16-year-old driver did not have a driver's license or insurance.
because I'm not happy when it's not right.
I like your life the way it is.
You don't think. I haven't been able to have enough discipline to be able to do anything. Next time, I feel like things are coming down on me too much. I feel it's not better to talk to people and run away. Because that's all I've ever done in my life is run away from my problem.
It's possibly going to be one of the greatest days, if not the greatest day of your life. Today, you're going to get a lot of instructions.
support